Lawson, aged 72, and proprietor of Alaba Lawson Group of Schools, died on October 28 after a birth illness. The foremost educationist, philanthropist, and defender of women's rights was also the first female national president of the National Association of Chambers of Commerce, Industries, Mines and Agriculture. Abiodun, in his tribute, described the deceased as an illustrious daughter of the state, of whom the entire indigenes were proud of. The government noted that Lawson made use of her education training and established the Lawson Group of Schools, which she used to impact the lives of many children.
She was born right here in Abeokuta. She had her basic education right here in Abeokuta. She proceeded to England, where she learned and she finished with distinction and honors in education and teacher training. She made use of her training in education and established, amongst others, the Lawson Group of Schools. This she used as a platform to impact the life of several children, many of whom she gave scholarships to. She mentored them, and for many of them, she was indeed a role model. She was an advocate and a champion for women's rights, women's emancipation, and the empowerment of women. Yalode gave freely, she gave happily, she gave cheerfully. Yet, she was very courageous. She was very principled. And she never hesitated to call a spade a spade.
You're watching Biscon TV News. Coming up next is Business News. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Now to business news. The country's high inflation trend and scarcity of foreign exchange are beginning to take a serious toll on the businesses of oil marketers. They claim that the cost of a truck of premium multi-spirit or petrol had risen by 268% since the government ended the subsidy regime on May 29. The chairman of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria of Satellite Depot, Akin Akinrade, told newsmen that inflation that resulted from the badly managed foreign exchange had pushed one truck of petrol from 7 million naira in May to 25 million naira currently. According to Akinrade, the downstream business has been unstable as a result of the high cost of products. Earlier reports this month showed that oil marketers were beginning to sell off their filling stations over scarcity of petrol and their inability to afford products from private depots due to the high cost. Findings also showed that the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited had cut down on product supply to IPMAN members due to scarcity, forcing many to sell off their stations to bigger downstream companies. You're still watching Biscon TV News. Up next is foreign news. We'll bring you details shortly. Welcome back. Now to foreign news. Russian President Vladimir Putin has said he will stand again for a fifth term in office. He spoke about his intentions during an award ceremony for participants in the war in Ukraine. It comes a day after officials said 15 to 17 March 2024 as dates for the presidential election. Mr. Putin's re-election is seen as inevitable, with opposition almost non-existent and Russian media completely under his control. The 71-year-old has already been in power in Russia longer than any ruler since Joseph Stalin. A new term would see him remain as president until at least 2030. He had been widely expected to stand again amid huge challenges brought about by his 2022 invasion of Ukraine and resulting standoff with the West. He is unlikely to face any serious opposition, with most genuine opponents either dead, behind bars, or in exile. Following the announcement, the Kremlin's official spokesman Dmitry Peskov said an astonishing number of people wanted Mr. Putin to continue as leader. We'll take another short break, and when we return, we'll bring you sports news. Join us again. Welcome back to the news hour on Biscon Television. Now to the world of sports. Italian transfer experts Fabrizio Romano has predicted that Nigerian forward Victor Osimhen would make an exit from Napoli in the summer of 2024, according to reports. Premier League clubs Chelsea and Arsenal have been linked with the move for the 24-year-old. Arsenal sporting director Edu is believed to have already held talks with Napoli over the prospect of securing the striker's services. The Serie A champions are reluctant to part with the player. The Nigerian striker is a talismanic figure for Napoli, having fired them to a league title triumph last season, and the club placed a £150 million price tag on the forward. However, as things stand, Osimhen's current contract with the club is set to expire in just over 18 months, and the time is running out for the Naples-based outfit to agree new terms before he becomes a free agent. According to Romano, Napoli is still desperate to convince Osimhen to commit his future to the club. However, they have been frustrated in their efforts to sway the player so far. If Osimhen becomes available in the summer, there would surely be huge competition for the player's signature, as he has proven himself to be an elite-level goal scorer. Osimhen on Monday won the 2023 Italian Footballers Association Player of the Year award and is still in the race for the CAF African Footballer of the Year, scheduled for December 11. And that's it for now on the news hour on Biscon Television. Compiled and produced by Tomiloba Abolari. I'm Stella Opara. Thank you for watching.
The 2023 Annual General Meeting and Third Induction Ceremony of the Academy of Medicine Specialties of Nigeria was held at the Sheraton Hotel, Ikeja, Lagos, on Saturday, 28th of October 2023. The keynote lecture was delivered by Professor Akin Oshibogun, Professor of Community Health, College of Medicine, Unilag. The theme of the lecture was mainstreaming of health in all sectors for achieving universal health coverage.
The Water Access Health Plan 1946 to 1956 in Nigeria identified malaria as one of the leading causes of morbidity and mortality in Nigeria. Even though that plan was truncated by the achievement of self-government by some parts of Nigeria in 1951, it is worrisome that some 70 years after, malaria remains a leading cause of morbidity and mortality in all parts of Nigeria. We have failed, and that includes all of us, to consider the circumstances of our patients and those factors that make them repeat visits to health facilities for the same conditions over the years. If a mother brings the child to the health center 6 times in a year for diarrheal diseases, then we should reconsider our approach to the management of both mother and child, or else we will soon lose that child to some complications of diarrheal disease.
The Academy of Medicine Specialties of Nigeria was incorporated in Nigeria in 2019 as a non-profit organization. The Academy provides cutting-edge advice on medical matters, education and research, medical care and public health. The vision of the Academy is a Nigerian society where health is priority and healthcare services are accessible to all. The mission of the Academy is to enhance the well-being of Nigerians and others through the promotion of medical education and research, medical care and public health. The program began with a welcome address by the Chairman of the Board of Trustees of the Academy, Olurugun Dr. Sonny Kuku, OFR.
But this is the pinnacle of the career of medical people, either not clinical or non-clinical. And